Ted Cruz wants to monitor mosques for any intelligence on possible terror ties, while Donald Trump wants to shut down borders to questionable Muslims altogether. But here's the reality. Don't forget that the first World Trade Center attack was planned inside a New Jersey mosque. And after 9/11, we aggressively surveilled mosques. And according to Ray Kelly, former police commissioner in New York, 14 terror attacks were stopped thanks to that surveillance on the Muslim community. As Bo Dietl said yesterday here on the show, it's not like you're going to go to Johnny O'Rourke's local pub looking for Islamic terrorists. I mean, if the IRA were still active, you would, and I have no problem saying this as an Irish Catholic person myself, you would go and look somewhere like that. And watch this clip in which even a Muslim cleric in Brussels says authorities need to surveil the mosques.
The mosques of Europe or everywhere should be monitored by the government. It is the duty of the government to make sure the safety of its people. And we know that these people are radicalized by some religious factor. So we have to look in the source of it.
Let's get reaction right now from Dr. Zuhdi Jasser, president of the American Islamic Forum for Democracy, a man pushing for reform in the Muslim religion. Dr. Jasser, you're Muslim. Let me ask you, do you have a problem with authorities paying closer attention to your community in an effort to thwart attacks?
Absolutely not. I mean, Trish, as you know, I'm beyond the denial, right? I mean, I understand we need a 12-step program, and most people with substance abuse problems, we have an ideological abuse problem of radical Islam, political Islam. To get by it, we have to recognize that while not all Muslims are Islamists, all Islamists are Muslims. And while the radicalization part, where they become militants, might happen in the last 2 days, that's the only part where currently our Homeland Security apparatus can focus. We are currently blind, and monitoring is not about giving up my civil rights. I'm not ready to give up any of my God-given civil rights based on the Constitution, but monitoring is allowing the police to have relationships, to know where the Muslim businesses are, to know where the Muslim organizations are. Why? Because we're overwhelmed. Moderates don't have the capacity to do this. And by the way, they're going to call those same police when you have a hate crime committed against the mosque or otherwise. So they can't, on the one hand, tell our families, oh, don't talk to the police unless you're with an attorney. They're the devil. They're evil. And on the other hand, call them when we're attacked because of hate crimes.
Yes, but Zuhdi, the point the left is making here is that we are a country that was founded on the freedom of religion, and that you're unfairly treating Muslims by subjecting them to this surveillance because they're Muslim. What do you say in response?
I say Secretary Clinton needs to be less ignorant. Islam is not a race. She said racially profiling. This is ideological monitoring where the extremists, we need to know the San Bernardino killers didn't go to sleep moderate secularists and wake up radical Islamists. They were part of the Salafi jihadi educational system. Our security system should have known they were studying the Al-Huda school of Salafi Wahhabism, which we were ignoring. So listen, I love my faith, and because I love it with a tough love, I want Homeland Security to help me monitor, not to infringe rights, not to shut down mosques. Yes, there are things that are being called for by some candidates, by some politicians and others, and in France where they shut down some mosques that had weapons, that was right. But shutting down mosques that were simply preaching hate, that doesn't work, but we need to monitor them. Otherwise, we're blind, and all we end up doing, Trish, is post-mortems instead of pre-mortems and knowing when they're going to attack.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Dr. Jasser. Always good to talk to you.
Thank you, Trish. Appreciate it.
When we come back, everyone.